This is your reminder that your clothes are meant to be worn, and that sounds really obvious, but I'm going to explain what I mean. Also, I put in the clip ins. What do we think? If anybody wants a full review after I've worn them for a little bit, let me know. One of the comments that I actually get the most under my videos is somebody saying, "Oh, I have such and such piece, but I haven't worn it because I feel like I don't have anywhere to wear." And to that, I say, your clothes are meant to be worn. You can and should wear all of your pieces to as many places as you can. And I think it's actually an integral part of developing your style. This is so random, but whenever somebody says that, I always think of Taylor Swift back in the day in like 2012, 2013, in her hipster era, and how she would show up to the most random places, like in 6-inch heels. If you're ever scared to wear something, this is what you need to be channeling, okay? 2012, 2013, Taylor Swift getting her Starbucks with like the most insane shoes on. And obviously, Taylor Swift is a celebrity, but this is the vibe, you know? I've said this before, but style is a muscle, and in order to develop it, you have to exercise it. And I think that actually includes wearing some pieces that you might have quote unquote reserved for a special occasion to something that's more casual. I think it was in my last video that I said I wanted to be a casual skirt girly, and so I picked up one that was on my wish list for a while from Urban Outfitters, and I had that skirt for several weeks, like maybe even several months before I actually wore it out. And I realized, you know what, Olivia, if you want to be a casual skirt girly, you have to actually wear the skirt casually. And so I started with baby steps. I wore the skirt to my friend's house when we just sat around in her living room and watched a few movies. And then a few days later, I wore it out to the grocery store. And I was like, oh my God, this is like a whole new world for me. Now, I do think there is something to be said for having a handful of pieces that you do reserve for nicer outings, but I definitely don't think that philosophy should apply to your entire wardrobe. If you want to be comfortable wearing certain things, you have to actually wear them. And then the more you wear different kinds of pieces to different kinds of occasions, that is where style, taste, and function sort of intersect. And then you can make better shopping decisions based on how you feel when you wear different pieces to different occasions. Your clothes do no use to you if you buy them because you like them in theory, but you would never actually wear them. And this is not me saying buy a bunch of stuff that you know for a fact you're not going to wear, but I don't think there's anything wrong with buying like one piece and sort of pushing yourself to wear that piece and pushing yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone. Because as long as you keep wearing the same things over and over again, you're going to keep wearing the same things over and over again, and your style is never going to evolve. It's never going to develop. It's never going to grow and change with you. And you kind of end up boxing yourself in a little bit. So that's my little rant. I hope this helps.